Salutations everyone, and welcome to What Mattered, the show where I tell you what mattered in the news this week. The EA CFO said that Mass Effect Andromeda won't be coming out till the fourth quarter of 2016, which means it'll come out next year. With much sorrow, god damn it. Starting off with this week, we have some game delays! Yay! Everyone's favorite news. Mass Effect Andromeda, according to EA CFO, won't be coming out until the fourth quarter of this fiscal year, which means somewhere between January and March of 2017, which means we are around a year away from Mass Effect Andromeda, if this is correct. This hasn't been corroborated with any other source. There hasn't been an official announcement from BioWare or EA. Just this interview with the EA CFO, which also stated that Titanfall 2 will be coming out this year instead of the fourth quarter of next year, which was the early reports of what Titanfall 2 is going to be, and the fact that we know that the next Battlefield game will be coming out this holiday season as well. It's not going to be a World War I shooter like this one website said, then everybody ran with that. That doesn't seem like a feasible thing to do anyway, especially with the franchise like Battlefield. Not that they couldn't do it, but it's like, why? Why would you go to World War I? That wouldn't work with today's gaming climate, and the fact that they've had so much great things within the Battlefield series for the last couple installments, and why would you break what's not broken? And what is hopefully for the final time, Uncharted 4: A Thief's End has been pushed back 2 additional weeks. So now we're going to have to wait till May 10th to finally play Uncharted 4. The open beta stress test is available for download this weekend right now. I would highly recommend it. The multiplayer is amazing, and I am super psyched for this game. It is a huge shame that has been delayed once again. Why was the game delayed? Well, apparently they thought that there wouldn't be enough to meet demand worldwide for everyone to play the game on the same day. So apparently, instead of some people getting it in April, some people getting it in May, everyone's getting it in May. You can kind of see why would they want to go with this, but it still sucks. We gotta wait an additional 2 weeks for this fantastic conclusion to the Nathan Drake series. Remember back in the day, playing Diablo II, hearing about the cow level, the legendary cow level that was never in the game, but so many people swore that it was totally there, and it was totally crazy and stuff. Well, now, the cow level is in Diablo 3, available only for March for the 2.40 update. There's a cow level. It's like a legitimate cow level that has pretty easy access. There's no crazy steps and Easter eggy things to go through. We can now access a real cow level for this month. Simply just go to the Immortal Throne in the ruins of Sescaron, and Kanai, the soul of Kanai, will open up a portal for you to go enter the sweet new cow level, which seems pretty nice. We know that Kanai was a developer at Blizzard who passed away recently, and they named the Kanai Cube after him. And now here's another nice special little tribute and just crazy fan service by finally giving us a cow level. So go slaughter some cows, people.
You don't understand. Edgar is the one in the hole.
This week we had the Nintendo Direct, which gave us a bevy of information about upcoming games. They didn't talk about Zelda. They didn't talk about Pokemon, since they just announced Pokemon. What new information would they have us a week later? But some people will be disappointed. There was no new information about the Zelda Wii U release that's supposed to be coming out this year. Nothing about Nintendo NX. They announced all of this, what wasn't going to be in the Direct, well beforehand. But we do get a lot more information about upcoming games, including Star Fox Zero, and a new Kirby game that was announced, which is super cool. It's running on the same engine as Triple Deluxe, and it looks very similar. He's got, of course, new copy abilities, and he's in this giant, like, super mecha Kirby robot suit that can also copy abilities, and it's just like a ton of fun. And also an additional Kirby Clash mode, which is like a 4-player co-op RPG boss raid mode, which is really cool. You like level up and use all your powers in sync. It's just really cool. And the new line of Kirby Amiibos, just super awesome. And He's on a warp star. We finally got Wild D. It's so cool. Also, a ton of Amiibo functionality and a bunch of games. They announced new Animal Crossing Amiibo and Amiibo cards. The new Kirby game will have Amiibo functionality. Scan in Mario, you get the fire ability. Scan in Link, you get a sword ability. Scan in Kirby, and you unlock his Smash Brothers fighting moves, like his up throw and his jab attack and his up special. This looks really cool. That's all that they've shown us so far. Also, if you scan in any of the new Kirby amiibos, he gets a copy ability as well as a costume to make him look like those characters, which is super duper awesome. We know that the Star Fox Zero will also have amiibo functionality. If you scan in a Fox amiibo, you will get the retro R-Wing, which looks so awesome. It's like just super duper fan service. It gives you the old Super NES R-Wing to fly around, and it changes the music to the first starting level of Corneria, and it's just fangasm experience of the year. They also showed us a new Super Paper Mario game, which a lot of people are a little disappointed about. They showed us that Metroid Prime DS game, which a lot of people were disappointed about for last year's E3, that it wasn't like a real Metroid game. But that also has amiibo functionality within that. Miyamoto finally also released info about Star Fox Guard, which was announced a couple of years ago, but now it's known as Star Fox Guard instead of just Project Guard. And you can get it as a bundle with Star Fox Zero at no additional charge. It's your Slippy and his grandfather Grippy, I know, and you take control of these cameras that shoot lasers to fight robot intruders. It's kind of like Five Nights at Freddy's, but with lasers on your cameras, except this was announced like well before Five Nights at Freddy's was a game, so you can't call it a ripoff or anything like that. And you can like create your own maps. It's kind of hard to explain unless you just watch the footage. You'll understand. You can create your own maps, kind of like in Mario Maker. You can generate those and send those for other people to play, and really cool stuff like that. So a very interesting little Star Fox add-on. Everyone's always wanted their standalone slipping game, I know. And now we have to play as Grippy as well, because that family is just full of winners when it comes to names and R-Wing fighting appeal. And now we have a game where we can fight as laser shooting cameras. So yeah. One of the biggest game releases of the year, Tom Clancy's The Division, drops in just a few days, and we already have some info about the DLC for the game, both free and paid DLC. There's going to be tons of, sounds like weekly or at least monthly free DLC content for The Division, including daily and weekly missions and Dark Zone events that will launch on the game launch day. We know that the servers won't be up until that day, so there's going to be no early reviews for that game, but we all played the closed beta and the open beta, and some people even played the alpha, so we know what we're getting into here. It's not like one of those things where, we can't let the reviewers play the game because it's a bad game and we don't want bad reviews coming out until the game's already out, where some people were, suckered into buying it. We know what this game is capable of and what they've held back, as well as just giving us the taste of the game in a myriad of different ways. But we also know what's going to be in the paid DLC events. Shortly after, in April, there will be a free Incursion update, which will have a 4-player team go up against super high-leveled opponents that will drop very high-level loot, and with that update will be coming in-team loot trading, which is such a great idea. You can understand why in some games they don't have trading, but in some it's like, just why not? It would just be so great, especially if you play with the same people and you're helping each other out, and this is a super duper co-op centric experience, especially in the Dark Zone, and to have trading between you and your teammates just makes sense. It just does. I don't think it's gonna hurt the game economy or anything like that. There's no auction system. You're just trading with the people that you play with, and I think that is a good thing. The next free update in May, called Conflict, adds another new incursion in New York, as well as a new Dark Zone event that is yet to be detailed. In June is the first of the paid DLC, which you can get with the Season Pass. There's 3 different DLC paid drops within the Season Pass. The first one has you dealing with hunting people underground. The second paid DLC adds a horde mode to the game, which can be very fun if they handle that one just right. And the final paid DLC release in the winter, called Last Stand, adds a really high level threat. So that one's the furthest one out. It's probably the one that needs the most work, so they don't have as much information on that. But those sound like some really cool paid DLC things, which normally I myself don't go for. It sucks when they keep things behind a paywall, which sounds like the Division isn't necessarily going to be doing that, and they've said that they aren't going to do that. But with these monthly free updates starting from launch and having all these new weekly challenges for a game like this, similar to Destiny, you need more and more additional content to keep people playing and wanting more. And with the free as well as paid DLC, hopefully that will be enough for players. It's going to be difficult to tell maybe on the early onset of the launch, but after we're a couple of months into the game, will be more easy to tell how much long legs this game has and how much willing we are to pay for this DLC, because the content seems to be like more story chunk segments or tiny little events that games that we know in the past couple of years have been pretty chintzy on their season passness. Anywho, Neil Blowfish, that's what mattered this week. If you'd like to know what matters in the future, you can hit the subscribe button. One of these videos comes out every single Saturday. Hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you next time.